I fully admit it. I say it every year, okay? I know I do. I always make the prediction, and maybe this year a blind squirrel finally finds the nut. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I think this year is the year we get the Fallout 3 Remaster for real this time. For real, okay? There's a lot of things lining up, leaks surrounding the Fallout 3 Remaster itself, but also leaks connected to it that make it make a ton of sense this year. It's no secret that Fallout is on the upswing right now. 76 is doing better than ever. The Fallout TV show had record high numbers. The desire for a Fallout game is higher than it's ever been. Yes, even compared to the pre-Fallout 4 days. There's every reason why Bethesda and Xbox should get in a room together and start figuring out what's next for this franchise, even though in my opinion they should have been doing that before the TV show. But it feels like the public awareness of, wow, it's been such a long time since a new Fallout game outside of any multiplayer editions has come around is higher than it's ever been. It's time for a new one. And so why do I think this year is the year? Well, that's kind of what this whole video is about. It's a bit of a rumor recap as we're going to go through a ton of Fallout 3 Remaster rumors and leaks connected to Bethesda, which also suggest that Fallout 3's remaster may be real. And we're just going to talk about it because it's been on the brain for me all weekend. We've been working on a little bit of a Fallout 3 retrospective for Retro Rebound. I thought, you know what, on this fine Monday where we got the Monday blues, what picks me up more than a little Fallout 3? So let's talk about it, shall we? I hope all of you are having an excellent day. What really started this track of thought was with Todd Howard, right? He had an interview with Kinda Funny, and it was there he said that they're aiming to increase the output for games like Fallout while maintaining the quality. Separately, and perhaps more relevant to this subject, is what Todd Howard had to say about other Fallout projects they're working on, referring to them as this thing and this other thing. I mean, listen to it. It sounds like there's more on the way beyond just a potential Fallout 3 remaster.
And so we look at what we're doing with the franchise, and then we say, do we still feel good about, I can't reveal it now, but here's our runway for the Fallout.
Yeah, you can do
as
it.
A franchise.
You can reveal it now. It's fine.
When is season 2 happening? What are we doing on mobile? What are we doing in 76? What are we doing with this thing? What are we doing with this other thing? and when are these landing?
Now, obviously, everyone's head goes straight to Obsidian, and I think that's a long-term goal, as we've talked about many a times. It's really about what can we do in the near term, and I've always said that the easiest near-term solution is a game that already exists, a Fallout 3, a Fallout New Vegas, and remastering them. You know, touching them up a little bit. We don't know how far Bethesda's going to go with it, but that's the easiest thing for them to produce over time. So we already know the big man at the top is already looking at the Fallout IP and thinking, how do we do more of this? At the same time, we just covered this on the channel in our last video, Doom: The Dark Ages leaked. This came from Insider Gaming, where they're reporting it's a medieval-style Doom game. We also have Windows Central Gaming corroborating this report. In Insider Gaming's report, they mention it being Doom Year Zero, but this is the final name they've settled on, The Dark Ages. Now, this isn't the only Doom-related leak we've seen. There was also an IDKFA trademark, which is connected to Doom itself, and we also have it on the FTC leak list, where we also have other reference games that have been leaked and confirmed, like the Blade game, which is the licensed IP game. We have the Oblivion Remaster, where an employee from Virtuos who had his identity confirmed via a Reddit moderator stated that this was on the way, and then we saw it here on this list again. And Starfield is getting confirmed DLC this year, which is also on the list. And of course, here we also have the Fallout 3 Remaster. So, to my assumption, if the Doom leak is real, which we've gotten a number of signs it is, then I think the Fallout 3 Remaster is more than likely real. It's a matter of when, not if. And that's always kind of been the case for the last few years for me. It's like, you got to do it eventually. It's just a matter of when, not if. But that when, I feel, is suspiciously close. But knowing that Doom is getting solidified lends a little more credence to the other leaks that are happening. And of course, having Fallout 3 Remaster on that list is a good sign for us. Discovered in 2021, we had this data-mined DuPont Circle location in Fallout 76. This was a part of the start of Fallout 76 expeditions, and at the time I remember going, oh no, they're going to use Fallout 3 for bait to get people back into 76, and then they never released this. We have no idea what's going on. Again, this was discovered back in 2021, but I doubt Bethesda, even if they had nothing planned for Fallout 3, would just sit on an easy way to get more attention onto 76, especially now that they have a multi-year plan. It's doing the best it ever has. Right now would be a great time to start thinking about how you can tie a little bit of past Fallout games into the now well-received Fallout 76. Jeff Gardner, project director at the time, he's now moved on to his own team, said that there was a big list of locations for Fallout 76's expeditions, but it all really began with the pit, which got delayed from 2021 all the way to the end of 2022. And I tore into the pit when it came out because of the damage balancing just being absolutely terrible at the time. Now, this is speculation, but this delay of DuPont Circle could actually make a lot of sense, because not only did Expeditions as a release get delayed, but also we've seen a retooling of what Expeditions can be in the latest Fallout 76 update in America's Playground. It's there that we took the Atlantic City Expeditions, which had phenomenal art direction and unique locations, and actually opened them up a bit for exploration. Now, while I thought the exploration was lacking, this was a minimal step forward for Fallout 76 to go to somewhere that we've been asking them to go for a while, which is letting us explore other locales in the Fallout universe, earn new loot, find new locations, talk to new people, that sort of thing that you come to expect with traditional BGS DLC. So is it possible that DuPont Circle was shelved for the Fallout 3 remaster? I think so. Is it possible it was shelved because of scaling? I also think so. I think both of these are great reasons why Bethesda might rethink bringing Fallout 3 to 76 when it starts to make more sense. I think this would make a lot of sense just to get it right. You know, just having a little sliver of Fallout 3. We got that already with Fallout 4 when one of the Creation Club items brought us to the Galaxy News radio station, and it was such a small sliver that it was over and done with and kind of underwhelming, even if it was great to be back in that locale. Now, I don't know how clairvoyant Bethesda is. I don't know how much credit I want to give them here, but we already saw how well the Fallout 76 and TV show timing was. And so if they really had this long-term roadmap in place, they actually may have held back the Fallout 3 component of 76 until the 3 remaster was ready. But they committed to multiple years of support before all of this, so this could have been part of the internal roadmap to synchronize certain content beats with certain parts of the Fallout franchise's plans. For example, you have DuPont Circle, let's wait for the Fallout 3 remaster. We have America's Playground, let's wait for the Fallout TV show. I mean, a lot of these dates were kind of moved around. They split America's Playground into 2 updates because they said they, quote, had too much content, but I think it's because they wanted a significant beat around the Fallout TV show. So again, I don't know how clairvoyant they were, but they definitely do adjust based on certain releases happening with the franchise, so it wouldn't surprise me too much if this is the case here. Again, though, Fallout 3 content was data mined in 76, and one of the other times we saw that was with the Vault 33 jumpsuit, which was connected to the TV show. So I don't think it's just some coincidence and Bethesda's going to randomly abandon that. Even if there is no Fallout 3 remaster, I think they eventually do this anyway because it just makes a ton of sense to drive more players to the game. Also, interestingly, and if you're going to take anything with a grain of salt in this video, I recommend it be this one, there was a 4chan leak, and I normally never covered these, but what's really interesting about this one is it was posted very early in May, and it mentions a number of interesting things we've heard increasing rumors about. Perfect Dark being shown off. We've seen rumors about that. But what kind of made it this pie in the sky, oh, fan-made list was a Lost Odyssey remaster. As a massive fan of Lost Odyssey myself, I see that and I chuckle a little bit because as much as I want it, there's no way Xbox does that. However, weeks later, we had Special Nick saying he's hearing about Xbox 360 JRPGs potentially being revealed at the showcase, and Jez Corden corroborating a similar thing. Now, based off Jez Corden's wording, it is possible it is Blue Dragon. I would personally, as I've said before, love Lost Odyssey, but what you have here is a 4chan leak that could just be a random shot in the dark. Certainly, I've covered enough of these random Reddit leaks and 4chan leaks in my early days of YouTube to see that sometimes people just shoot stuff at the wall, and sometimes it does indeed stick and they get things right, which allows them to create more fake leaks moving forward. So I'm not saying run a mile with this, but when you see something like this, and Fallout 3 Remaster coming out at the end of this year in October is also on that list, and random things that you thought were previously unplausible are actually things being confirmed by more trusted insiders in the industry, it does lend a touch of credibility to this otherwise very random 4chan leak. Does it make it 100% legitimate? No. Does it make it kind of worth paying attention to? Yes, because there are other mentionings like an Xbox handheld, a new tease for Xbox Next Gen. We did hear from Sarah Bond that there was going to be more Xbox-related hardware news later this year. This was announced during the Xbox Business Update, so I think at the same time, this list could be informed by information we already had. But still, the random one being a Lost Odyssey remaster is kind of out of left field. So yeah, it's a perfect storm right now. The Fallout TV show has created a lot of Fallout interest. Todd Howard has already said in a previous interview that there are multiple Fallout projects in development, calling it this one thing and the other thing. And then we have all of these bits of leaks and rumors. One leak in the FTC leak being entirely legitimate, and games on that list continuing to be revealed, giving more credibility to Fallout 3 Remaster happening at some point down the line. The only thing we have really going against this rumor is the word of Phil Spencer, who talked about how the plans do change at times and that these documents we've seen leaked from the FTC are very old. I feel like you have to create some level of doubt around these rumors, otherwise you've just spoiled years of plans, years of surprises, so you have to create some form of doubt. Still, as it stands, this is really the only official piece of information working against everything we have when it comes to, say, a Fallout 3 remaster, among many other things on this list. And if I am the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, if any plans are changing, none of them have to do with Fallout, because when you bought Bethesda years ago, this is one of the main reasons you wanted them, for that Fallout money. Then you have 76's DuPont Circle data mining happening, which I just don't think is something Bethesda would outright abandon and would absolutely want to make use of at some point down the line. But the fact that it wasn't used earlier when the game was struggling maybe suggests to me that there was a plan in place. And then you have this very suspicious 4chan leak, which had a random rumor in there that ends up being true. And on top of that, you do see Fallout 3 Remaster being mentioned. It's a very interesting time for Bethesda Game Studios fans, where we're looking at a potential future including Starfield DLC, a Fallout 3 Remaster, and an Oblivion remake/remaster. It's pretty insane to think about, because I thought we'd get all of those over the course of a couple of years. But if all these rumors are to be believed, if we look at the FTC leak and that's to be believed, this is going to be pretty much a shotgun blast of amazing BGS stuff all at once. And as someone who's predominantly created a lot of BGS content in my past, this is going to be an insane time to just talk about everything happening with the company. All eyes are going to be fixed on the Xbox Game Showcase June 9th, where we'll see if this all comes to pass. But nonetheless, I'm feeling pretty good about it this year. I said that last year, so I'm going to call myself out. But this year, it feels like the stars are aligning once more. So we'll see if finally Bethesda Game Studios pulls the trigger on some Fallout news. With that, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of all the Fallout 3 Remaster rumors swirling about in this recap of it? Let me know what you're thinking. Are you expecting it at the Xbox Game Showcase this June or not? Fire away down below. Other than that, take excellent care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.